your life.
Everybody, Stephen Ricciardi here, breathebitch.com. Thank you for joining us again for another episode. This episode is progress, not perfection. And the thing is, we're just trying to get you to do that thing. Just do it. Start working on it. Instead of thinking about it, just do it. It does not have to be perfect to get it out there. Just start going. You get to perfection by doing the thing. Simple as that. So this is part of our IG series. And if not familiar with it, so what I do is I take one of my IG videos, Instagram videos, and they're only about a minute and a half long. Typically, I got to re-record the things because I have so much I want to say in it, and I always go over, so I got to re-record it and shorten it down so it'll fit in that minute and a half. But now I get to expand the thing and give you guys the full mindset of where I was in that video. And so we're going to play this video real quick, this clip from the IG series, and it is about, again, just starting and doing that thing. If you got that goal, that's something that lights you up or whatever the case may be, just start doing it. It don't have to be perfect. Get it out there. Be bad at it first. No problem with that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll play this clip real quick. And there we go.
Everybody back here, park today, go for a walk. Some big announcements. Got some big things happening in March. And I can tell you what they are. There's keep your eyes out. Some big things happening. I'm pretty excited about it. If you've been to my website, breathebitch.com, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Links don't work on it. Bad spelling, bad grammar, you name it like that. And I've had that site out there for about a year. And you might say, Stephen, why would you do such a thing? Why would you launch a site when it looks like that? Because I'm pretty good with SEO, search engine optimization. And I know one of the key factors of something ranking is its age. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. I knew I was going to do something with it. And by the way, we're working on it now. Looking better. There's all kinds of great stuff on there. But we already ranked number 1 in Fort Myers for Breathwork, sometimes 3 in Tampa, sometimes we're on the second page, Miami, back and forth. But where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is that there's something that you're sitting on that you want to do that lights you up, but you want to make sure it's perfect before you launch it. Don't go do that thing. It does not have to be perfect. Go launch that thing. Because I can promise you this, if you wait for it to be perfect, it'll never come to fruition. Go do that thing. Make it reality, because even if you think you've got to figure it out, that game is going to change anyway. So do it. Get it started, make it reality, and be fluid. Be fluid and change as you go, and you'll figure it out as you go. So go do that thing that lights you up. And I'm going to tell you what, get that passion for life back again. It's amazing. All I got for you.
All right, so that's the IG reel. Again, check us out on Instagram, Breathe Bitch, all kinds of different reels in there. I don't make videos out of our podcast, out of all of them. So there's some on there that you may be missing, and may find 1 or 2 that resonate with you, might help you out in a situation. So keep that in mind. So again, my intention for this video is that it's going to help you just get started, launch that thing, and get moving in a forward direction so you can be that higher version of yourself and reach that goal of yours. As I said, you can screw around and talk about the thing forever, but doing the thing is completely different. Now, I know you couldn't see this if you're listening to the podcast, unless you're watching a video version of this thing. I held my cell phone up to the microphone, and that's how I played that video off of Instagram. Now, my original plan was to do a screen recording of it and paste that into the video, into the podcast. That way, for the video version of it, you'll see the video that was on Instagram, and you guys will be able to hear it, and it'll roll into it. But I was having problems with it, and I don't know, because sometimes Instagram will block it if you have background music, which I did have background music on that one. They'll block the downloads, or when you download it, to be silent. I tried to do a screen recording of a couple different ones, and for some reason, it may have been the internet at that point in time, or may have been my computer, or may have been Instagram. I don't know, but it was giving me hangups. But you know what I said? I could have tried it again today, but I just said, screw it. Let's move forward with it. Let's get it done, because I set myself a deadline on getting some of these podcasts done, and that was going to hold me up. And I'm not screwing around. I'm doing it. So that's why I just held the phone up there. Might have been a little ghetto, but I don't care. That's just how we operate sometimes. Sometimes we got to get a little ghetto to get things done. Simple as that. Nothing wrong with that. So simple as that. There's a big difference in talking about the thing, walking about the thing, thinking about the thing, laying around about the thing. But doing a thing is the thing that gets you where you want to be. Simple as that. And again, I could have been sitting here and researching different ways of how to get that video off of Instagram and all this thing, but I didn't. I said, let's just do it. Let's just move forward with it. So well, you need to find your thing that lights you up. That's what you need to do. You need to find something that lights you up and move forward to it. And this is not part of the book that we're working on, but this will definitely be a part of the book. This is on my IG series. But so we got another series going on as well, too, if you're not familiar with it. It's called Breathe, Bitch, Your Journey to Peace, Power, and Purpose. And definitely in that purpose section, we're going to have things that you can look at that possibly might light you up, goals. We definitely want you to find that thing that lights you up. Breathe, Bitch lights me up. I love to be able to help people out. This is it's been life-changing for me. I cannot believe, how many times I wake up to messages in the morning from somebody who watched one of my videos or something like that. Just happened this morning. I woke up and a woman said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I found your videos. I was in this horrible narcissist relationship, and some of your videos really resonated with me and they really helped me out." That lights me up. I'm like, man, I don't even know who she is, but my video helped her out. And I sent her some more advice as well, too. And I told her to keep watching. We're going to have some things that's definitely going to help her out. So you got to find that thing that lights you up. What is that thing? And you might say, I don't have a thing. What is your talent? What do you do? There's so many different things out there. Do you read? Do you like to read? Okay. You might say, well, okay, how can I help? Read to the blind. That's something that might light you up. Read to the blind. Read to the elderly. Don't want to read anymore, can't read, or whatever the case may be, especially in the memory care area. Are you good at math? You're like, wow, how's that going to help you? Tutor. You can tutor. There's so many different things you can do to help people out. Now, the things I'm going to mention are going to be helping people out because that's what lights me up, but it doesn't have to be something like that. Whatever it is that lights you up, to me, there's no better gift than helping other people out. That, to me, is true success. The success is graded by how many people. Your success is rated, by how many people you help out. And that's just how I live my life, but you may live yours a little bit differently. And again, so you can do tutoring. If you're a handyman, you can do some free services for somebody or help somebody out, reduce paid services, because I know you got to pay for material and all that stuff. Gardening. Maybe you like to garden. You're like, how am I going to garden and donate some of your vegetables to some needy families? Simple as that. But the trick is to start doing the thing, get that thing done. Now, you might say, I live up north. I live in South Florida. There, you can only have a garden year round. Just depends on what you're planting. But maybe up north, it's snowing. I can't garden now. Okay. Can you start germinating the seeds inside? Can you start doing that? Lay out your groundwork or go out there and start digging up the soil, tilling the soil, or laying out the area or mapping out what you want to do. Do something. Work on that thing. Write a plan out. But I will tell you this, writing the plan out and doing those other things is not actually doing the thing. You got to do the thing, especially if you're doing something like this with podcasting or working on the website. By the way, we did get our website straightened out. It's an ever-evolving process. And then we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit too. But doing the thing and talking about the thing, again, are two different things. I could sit down and research, and I research for all these podcasts that I do. Because even though I might know a lot of this information, I still want to get some of the best and latest information I possibly can to you guys. So I research more before I do one of these podcasts, and I could spend all day doing it. And I did. When I first started out, I spent so much time doing it, and I spent weeks on one particular subject, and I'm like, how much more can I know about this thing? I'm like, just go freaking do the thing. And you get this mental block sometimes. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I get this mental block that holds me back from doing this thing. And you just got to release that. Just once you start getting past that block, it opens up a floodgate. And you know the difference between working on it and working around it. Simple as that. So like I said, do that thing. Start advertising for that thing. Start advertising for it. I'm big about that. It's things that I start doing. And I've got a couple different companies. I got a couple different things that I do. Start advertising for it. And even if you're not ready to do it, because again, that helps with the SEO, it gets your name out there. I would rather turn away a customer and say, hey, we're not ready for you yet. And now you're building up your database. Say, I'm not ready for you yet, but we will soon. Thank you for reaching out, and let me hold you on to your information. And when we're ready, I'm going to let you know. Simple as that. I would much rather that than spend all this time, years and effort and this and that, and have this polished, perfect thing and release it, and then crickets. Okay. Then have some trinkle in it. That's why I did the website the way I did. I did the website. Heck, it was out there a year before we really did anything with it. I just had other things going on in life, and I would work on it a little bit just for SEO purposes. And we rank pretty good. We rank pretty good with it. It's ranking's ever continuing battle. But I feel comfortable with where we're ranking at, especially at this age and time on it. Again, so get your stuff out there. Build you a Facebook page for it, whatever the case may be, Instagram page for it. All kinds of different things you can do to get out there. Maybe you want to be a yoga instructor. Go take the yoga classes and start advertising for them. Find out if you want to work for a studio. I know a lot of yoga instructors, the ones that I actually go to, I don't really go to any studios anymore. They do it on their own. They do it in the parks. And I used to go to studios all the time. And I prefer, this is just my preferences, I prefer somebody who's not in a studio, because the studios seem to be so regimented and I had to say like robotic. It's just, okay, downward dog, that's sort of blah, 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 blah. Where these individuals that I use, and they all work together, so they all teach the same style. But it's more of a spiritual flow. They just go with what's going on and what's happening in the moment. And it's not just, here's the book, here's what we did, this is the 5 poses that I got laid out for us to do, and blah, blah, blah. They just wing it off the top of their heads, but they're good like that. But so again, they find places that they do this at, and by doing so, they get to reap more profit that way. So advertise that thing. So again, if you're going to be a yoga instructor, start advertising for it, whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing. Start advertising. Order some shirts. Like this shirt I got on now. I got a Breathe Bitch shirt on right now. You can get these things off of Amazon. You can get them made locally, and you just get 1 or 2 of them made. There you go. Start advertising your thing. Again, like I said, the important thing is to just start doing that thing. It does not have to be perfect. This is a bold move in life, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, but this is a bold move in life. You have to be willing to go and be bad at something. Go do that thing and be bad at it. And don't worry about who's looking, because nobody's looking. Go be bad at that thing. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go move forward, and then go be good at it. And then fall again and dust yourself off and move forward and go be great at it. Simple as that. That's the progression. Every successful person, I know, we used to go to a lot of business conferences and stuff like that. And the saying was, every successful person has failed. They just failed more than the person who gave up. They keep failing, just getting themselves up and dust themselves off. And that's how you get perfect, is by doing those things. So go out there, be bad at that thing, then go be good at that thing, and then go be great at that thing. So don't be scared. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you right now, nobody is looking. Little saying, it says, dance like nobody's watching. Guess what? I got news for you. Nobody's watching. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. But you know what? There is 100, and I just said this in one of my classes the other night. There is 111 Nobel Peace Prize winners. Can you name 3 of them? Can you name 3 of those Nobel Peace Prize winners? Probably not. Maybe 1, maybe 2, but I guarantee you can't name 3. And this was the biggest day of these individuals' lives. These were events that obviously impacted society themselves, is why they get these awards, the things that we did. And we don't even know their name. We don't even know their name. And I'm not trying to say this to make you feel bad, but I'm just trying to tell you that if we don't know what they've done, and it was the most important thing in their life, the most life-changing thing they probably have ever done, the massive recognition of this thing, this life-changing thing that's impacted society, we don't know their name. Nobody's watching you. I can promise you that. Nobody's watching you. Go fail. Go out there and land flat on your face, baby. Then pick yourself up, smile, dust yourself off, and go do it again, and land on your elbows this time. And then scrape them up a little bit, get up with a bigger smile on your face, dust yourself off, and just stumble down to the knees the next time. And the next time, guess what? You'll catch yourself. Because then you're being great. So go do that thing. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Don't be scared to go do it. As simple as that. There will be somebody who's going to make fun of you. Screw them. You know what? What are they doing? I can promise you this. If anybody makes fun of you, they are not doing a thing. Simple as that. They're sitting back watching TV every night. They're not doing a thing, because anybody who's done anything, of any kind of success in their life, will look at you and see where you're at in your journey and recognize themselves in that journey and say, oh, yep, I've been there. And they may even throw you some encouraging words. So when you fail, the great people will recognize that, hey, they're coming up. They're doing exactly what I did when I started out. So Again, don't ever be embarrassed about what you do. That is just some sort of mental block that we have in our own head. Simple as that. So how about some tips on how to go and do that thing, how to get started on that thing? Here's one I like this. It says, lower the bar, start ugly. Lower the bar, start ugly. Again, like I said, it does not have to be perfect in any way. Be rough, messy. That's what the beginning's all about. That's what the beginning's all about. Any carving, think about any statue that was made. It's got to starts out ugly. You know, when somebody started, Michelangelo started some beautiful statue they were working on. First couple of people walked by. Okay, yeah, looks like a big old rock to me. But they weren't there for time after time. And maybe they did come back and say, oh, wow, where did this beautiful sculpture come from? It just takes time, And one of the problems, too, is you got to let go of that instant gratification mindset. It takes time to be great at something. But here's the thing. And if you're doing something that takes time, which everything takes time at, but if you're doing something that seems a little bit harder than what you thought it would be, I want you to embrace that, because I certainly do. Now, this is something that just popped in my head, but I'm so glad it did, because this is such an important message right here. If you're doing something, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're starting a building company, you're starting something and you're like, oh, this takes far more permits than I thought it was ever going to take, or this takes far more time to do this than I ever thought it was. Doing a podcast, it took a lot more stuff that I thought that it was going to take to do it than I thought. But when you run into those walls, those barriers, I want you to embrace that. Be like, okay, this is good. This is a good thing. And you might say, why is this a good thing? Because this is a barrier that 10% of the people are not going to cross. They're going to give up right there. And then when you hit that next barrier, say, okay, good. The bigger the barrier, the better it is. And I want you to know that. And I want you to push through that barrier, because that barrier is what holds people back. And when it holds people back, that's great, because then that allows you to even enter closer to that greatness on the other side. Because those barriers, again, cut the weak away. And you're strong, and you're going to push through it, and you're going to be great, because you just keep getting up, dusting yourself off, and moving forward. Simple as that. So that's really the gist of it, that you just, you don't let society laugh at you, because if they're laughing, those aren't the people that you're looking up to, because those people will acknowledge where you're at and recognize themselves in that. Barriers, embrace them. Those are good things. They're great things, because that holds the rest of people back. That's what you want. Because some things are easy, have a very easy, low barrier entries. And those are tough to get into, because the masses get into them. But if you take it deeper and deeper, get across those barriers, that's the beautiful part about it. Good. So that separates you from the rest. So simple as that. So this is where we're going to go ahead and start winding it down a little bit. I just hope that motivates you to go do that thing. Whatever that thing may be. Maybe you want to go be a yoga instructor and help people out, find mindfulness. Maybe you want to be a breathwork instructor, which you can go to our website, and we'll eventually have something on there to teach people to be instructors on that as well too. Or we got a special thing at the end of this book that we're working on. I think I did mention that at the beginning of this. The book that we're working on is Breathe Bitch, Your Journey to Peace, Power, and Purpose. And we're going to have something that people can actually, workshops that they can present of the book. And that'll be on our website. And that's the first time I mentioned that. So there you go, a little sneak peek of that. And that book should be done by the end of the year, hopefully. So whether it be something like that, or whatever the case may be, tutoring, whatever the case may be, go do that. Just start doing it now. Simple as that. Don't wait. Just go do that thing. All right. So this is where we're typically going to take questions from viewers. And we're just starting out, so we don't have any questions in yet. So what you would do if you want to submit a question, if you need some mindful advice on something, go to our website, breathebitch.com. Scroll down to the podcast section right there, hit the button, and that will take you to the podcast page. On the podcast page, you're going to see a spot where you can fill out information. You're going to put your first name, last name, state that you're in, and you're going to put in a little message. We will not use your name, your last name on the air here, but we will use your first name and what state you're from, and we will try to address your situation, trying to look at it through a mindful lens. We have the arm's length relationships, and sometimes you just need that somebody who's not all caught up in it and who can step back and take a look and say, hey, this is the perspective. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe this is how you need to look at things. We'll do our best we can to give you our opinion on the situation. And again, this is just strictly our opinion on it. It's not any type of professional advice, but this is just some mindful advice. And I've helped plenty of people out. So if you've got a situation you want to submit it. Again, at breathebitch.com. Go to the website or the podcast section and fill out that information. You can always find us on Instagram, Breathe Bitch on Instagram. Don't forget the E. Most people forget the E. So it's Breathe Bitch. And you can find me on Facebook, Stephen Ricciardi. They didn't let us use the term bitch on Facebook. And you can find us on TikTok. Breathe Bitch is there as well, too. So I'm blessed that you listen to this podcast, and I hope to see you on the next one. And until then, have a blessed and wonderful week, and be positive. Make mindful choices, and mindful choices that align with your higher version of yourself. And that's it. That's all I got for you. We'll see you on the next.